everyone, welcome to Room 120 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our classroom this week. Can you believe that today it's 60 degrees and then in just a couple of days it could be in the teens in our area? It's absolutely crazy to think about Wilmington weather sometimes. But please know that the county is monitoring the weather forecasts. If you've looked across any kind of multiple apps, it's very inconsistent on what different people and different meteorologists think are going to happen in our town. But please just be aware that the county is monitoring the weather and that no official decision has been made yet, but I will keep you updated on decisions that are made about canceling school this week as soon as I know anything. But there are a couple of days that we're definitely off school this week, and that's tomorrow, Monday, January the 20th. We're off in observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and then we're also off on Tuesday, January the 21st, as it was a previously scheduled teacher work day. And again, those 2 days are regardless of weather. They were planned days off for students and then for staff as well. Speaking of weather and potential school cancellations, we are preparing for remote learning. So with the potential threat of winter precipitation this week, we have prepared remote learning packets that went home with your child on Friday. There are full details in the letter that's attached to the front of the packet, but the most important thing for you to know about that is that if the packet doesn't come back, let's say that we aren't in school on Wednesday and then we're able to come to school on Thursday. If the packet doesn't come to school on Thursday complete, then your child will be counted absent for Wednesday. And the only way that we're able to excuse that absence is if you have a doctor's note. So just note that if you don't complete the packet, it's a very minimal work. If you don't complete the packet, that your child will be counted absent for Wednesday. In the event that there is no school on Wednesday, as of right now, there is school on Wednesday. So just stay tuned for that final decision. We're excited to celebrate another superhero of the week this week, and this week we're excited to celebrate Orion. Orion is this week's superhero of the week because he was caught spreading kindness to our new volunteer. He was so welcoming and kind to our new volunteer, making sure that he had what he needed and knew where to go, and also made sure that he didn't forget his coat on his way out of our classroom. Orion really went above and beyond this week to spread kindness with a guest in our classroom, and we cannot wait to celebrate him in our classroom this week. Up next is Looking Ahead, where you will hear all the things that are happening in the future of our school and in our classroom. Mark your calendars for Monday, January the 27th, as that will be the day that the second 9 weeks report cards go home. There will be a digital attestation form for you to sign saying that you had seen the report card, and the actual document can stay home with you. On Friday, I almost said Tuesday. On Friday, February the 14th, our school PTA is hosting a Valentine's Day dance. We are super excited to invite students and parents out to celebrate the Valentine's Day holiday with us. And you might even find yours truly there busting some of his famous dance moves. So it might be your best interest to come on out to that event. But there will be more details coming home with your child's folder very soon. Speaking of Valentine's Day, we are having a class Valentine's Day celebration this year. Parents are not invited to come to this celebration. It's a school-wide decision, and so it'll be an in-house, students-only celebration. But a list for your child to fill out Valentine's will be coming home soon. We will do a class Valentine's exchange, so please plan accordingly for that. And then there will be a sign up for our ice cream sundae celebration that I always do on Valentine's Day. So just be on the lookout for those couple of things. Probably not this coming week, but the week after. Up next is Curriculum Corner, where you will hear all the things that are happening, all the things that your child is going to learn in our classroom this week. Our attendance fact for the week is that at Castle Hayne, we celebrate students with perfect attendance each and every month. Students receive a certificate, and their picture is shared with all the families in our class via Class Dojo. So if your child has not received perfect attendance yet this year, now is the perfect time to start trying. In Eureka Math, we are continuing with Unit 3. Most students did very, very well on the assessment for Module 2, so I was very, very proud of them for that. And we are continuing again with Module 3, which covers shapes, fractions, and telling time. A great way to review shapes in addition to the math homework book would be to go on a shape hunt. So anywhere you go this week, you may want to go to the grocery or to a restaurant or maybe a walk outside. Encourage your child to see how many different shapes that they can find. We've been focusing on 4 different types of shapes so far. We've been talking about triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagons, and hexagons. So see if you can challenge your child to find as many of those shapes this week throughout your everyday just occurrences at home or wherever you may be going around town. In Foundations, we're continuing with Unit 9, which focuses on R-controlled vowels ER, IR, and UR. This is a very, very difficult spelling pattern because there's really no rule to say you're going to use ER in this word or IR in this word or UR in this word. They kind of just have to know. So there's a couple of things that I can suggest to you to help your child be most successful in this unit. Number 1, make sure that you're completing the at-home support packet. That really just provides students with an extra layer of support at home that they may not be getting in the classroom. We also love those because it gives very explicit directions on what is asked of them and what's asked of you to do in that homework assignment. But another great way to do it is just exposing your child to print. So when you're out and about at the grocery store, at a restaurant, at home, watching TV, if you see a word that has one of those sounds, ER, IR, and UR, just point it out to your child. Encourage them to read it, see if they can decode the word if they can't read it to them. Exposing them to as much print as possible is the best way to help them understand when to use which sound, because when we're spelling with those particular sounds, we rely a lot on prior knowledge and a lot of like, I've seen that word in a book, or I've seen that word on TV, or I've seen that word in a menu at a restaurant, and that's how I know which R-controlled vowel to use. So just exposing them to plenty of print is the best way to encourage them to know how to spell various words. In reading this week, we're working again with nonfiction books, and we're focusing on timelines and comparing stories again. We'll be using the same social studies standards as last time. How does various gender, ambiguous, religious, and racial leaders shaped America? And this week we'll be reading books about famous women who have made an impact on the United States. We're going to be reading about Rosa Parks and Susan B. Anthony, and students will be comparing about how these women are alike and how they are different. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Room 120 News. Again, I'm going to keep you updated with what's happening with the weather this week and school decisions. But so again, thank you for watching this episode of Room 120 News. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 120 News.